Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included in the Ultimate Base 3.0. In the previous episode we finally moved in and it's now time to finalize the module and give it the features we're still lacking. For instance, we cannot take care of the carbon dioxide, there's still one large recreational room we're missing. Also, there are other things we are missing. For instance, we need a proper oxygen production. I'm actually kind of tempted to do it here at the bottom because if the volcano cannot be integrated in this steam room, I still have the possibility to actually move everything over, give the volcano its dedicated steam turbine that can just take care of that, but I still want to try the concept here and then at the same time we can use the bottom part here in order to do our oxygen setups. The setup I'm talking about is obviously going to be this one here. It did function for, I don't know when we built this, but hundreds of cycles. And it actually only went out once when I didn't provide it with enough water. We want to make this 11 tiles wide and I guess about 8 tiles down. Yeah, that should be right. We would then have a gas pump right here together with our atmos sensor. Have a little division right there together with an airflow tile. Right? Let's actually build the airflow tile later so we can reach everything and build it first. Next up we add a smart battery. And we'll also need a hydrogen generator. Sure enough, we're also gonna need our electrolyzer. We also have 2 more pumps like so, I believe. Actually, let me check. Yeah, there are the 2 pumps. I made a little division here and then the 2 sensors. So we'll have a division right there and 2 more atmos sensors. Though I believe one of them was obsolete, but I'm not sure anymore. We then have our water input somewhere here at the bottom and we're gonna go through the room in order to cool things down a little bit, using radiant pipes of course. And then with a bunch of insulated pipes we're gonna go back in. By the way, with the finalized product, everything that is dear to me and that we're not gonna be able to access anymore, such as this, I'm now gonna build insulated pipes out of ceramic because we accumulated quite a bit of it. And just to be clear, the water is going to be coming in from this side and then we keep on stacking these projects. So the next one would go right there. And we go over and basically do the same thing, right? Just want to make sure I'm going to be able to access everything and I'm going to do the last one as well. But maybe before we get ahead of ourselves, we should finish this contraption. We're still missing the gas pipes for the hydrogen and oxygen. Hydrogen is gonna move directly into the contraption and everything we have too much of should just continue and then we're gonna collect it somewhere. I think actually this tile here is gonna be the airflow tile, right? Because it needs to be the second one here from the bottom. And then I'm gonna temporarily add this bottle emptier so we can actually add the liquids. I wonder if I could actually move the pipe here. This could be our oxygen pipe instead and then we lead the natural gas through here. That makes a little bit more sense to me because now we could go straight through here. No, I was actually hoping I could set up a bridge here, but it's not possible. Let's actually change the natural gas pipe around even more. We're gonna go up like so instead, and then I'm gonna have an easier time to distribute the oxygen. Actually, we can use these pipes, then connect these, and maybe for the base, we just go straight down here. I mean, this is probably possible. Let's just go ahead and build it actually, see how it works. I'm also gonna hook up everything to the cabling, of course. And once again, for this contraption, we can use normal wire. Now, it would be great to get a little bit of naphtha in the joint here. I want to get rid of this water and make a naphtha liquid log so we can get in here once again. I mean, it's not really necessary at this point because the water is still not heated up. It's gonna take a while until we actually get steam temperatures. By the way, now that the duplicants have lived in this module for a little bit, let's actually check out their morale. 34 here, Otto with 41, and I bet you that is because of the decor bonus. Yeah, look at that, plus 12 morale just from that. It's like the best bonus they got, and once we get them some better food, we're even better off. I mean, it's gonna be overkill, we don't even need that many skill points for each duplicant, but it's still good, you know, it's ultimate. But we now need to focus on the oxygen production so we can get rid of our previous oxygen production and then kind of take care of disassembling the rest here. We also have to relocate our Draco farm and then kind of integrate the glossy Draklets into our system that we started here. So my guess is we are just going to continue with the next farm here. Looks like my polluted water storage is getting fuller and then the normal water storage isn't. I think I know what we have to do here. I'm gonna make my way up here, and if I can, I would just like to integrate this in the loop here. Yeah, look at that. We already have the pipe ready, so the polluted water is gonna go into the machine here, and it's then going through the cleaning room into this part. We can then hook up another pump, bring the water outside, hop over here, and what was that? I want to go down and join with the pipe that actually leads into the water reservoir. Why is this? Ah, of course, the bridge isn't built yet. But you get the basic gist. We are now recycling the polluted water to fill up the normal water. You know, I was kind of thinking I'm doing this way too complicated. Couldn't I just get rid of these guys here? Actually, I might want to wait with that. But what I definitely want to do is bring the natural gas pipe all the way up to where it's actually needed, which is right here. I can probably go through the floor and then move over like so. And we can get rid of this part, for instance. This is going to make it easier for the hydrogen loop and might give me more possibilities to distribute the oxygen. So I can have it on the right and left side. I can also move over there. The CO2 is accumulating. We're gonna expand the base towards the bottom. Right now, I'm just gonna actually let it flow out. On the outside, we also have the desired pressure, so it doesn't matter if we have the base closed or not. I'm gonna go with sedimentary rock as a background. So that's gonna be plastered all over the tiles we can actually see. There's actually an atmos sensor that I forgot, and this is the automation I need to set up. So some cabling here, some there, and then we can do one like so and so, move all the way over into the electrolyzer. Nice, let's give the duplicant some time to accomplish this, and in the meantime we might be able to... Oh no, that's not good. Irrigation. Wait. Oh no, what are you doing? You have not built this bridge. Ah, you're crazy. This is not good. Well, at least the smart battery here is still full. Okay, it's not all over. You just have to build this bridge really quickly. Okay, thank you. We need water for our plants. Well, actually at the moment we seem to be doing fine. At least in terms of food. You know, it occurred to me I never actually pumped out this room. That's so funny. I just never did it. I guess it's not too late to actually do that. Let's just build something temporary here. Something easy to get rid of it. Alright, nice. We're almost done here with the first room. All we needed to do was bring in some water. Now, you claimed you can actually dump in 200 kilograms of brine and then 200 kilograms of water, and it's still gonna be fine. And from the looks of it, you were right. Yeah, there's an entire bottle of brine and then an entire bottle of water in there. So now we can deconstruct the bottle emptier, and I need to think of how I get the gases out of there. Actually, we have the pumps there. What am I thinking? We need to set up the atmos sensors. They should be 500 grams and above. We can copy that setting and apply it to the hydrogen guy. Also apply it to this guy. And then this atmos sensor here should be above 5,000. Actually, is it above or below? Let me see. That is below, of course. We can then go ahead and finish this contraption here. Let's make sure this is being picked up immediately. And then I should be able to pump the oxygen out of there. I just want to make sure that we don't actually pump it into the hydrogen generator, but it can go out, for instance, like this. And we will be doing the same thing here. As a matter of fact, we can probably just keep the other portion because that needs to be oxygen anyways. No, actually that's not going to add up because of this airflow tile. So we need to pump out the entirety of the room first. In this case, I would suggest we start actually distributing the oxygen here. So now instead of the natural gas, the oxygen is going to flow into both directions, and we can go ahead and set up a bunch of airflow, or vents, I should say. Let's maybe just have one on each level, and we will be doing the same thing on the other side, probably also in this part. I will have to think about that a little bit, but what I already know is I want to have the airflow tiles removed here on each level, and then we're going to replace them with a vent. As a little security measure, I think I also want to hook up each of these guys to a backup power transformer that we only utilize if the system is out of power. So we're going to have one of those on each level. Actually, yeah, there we go. And it's just going to be a normal small power transformer. We can set that up right there. with the cabling hopping directly over. Easy. We then want to go ahead, set up a switch for each of these machines, and this is going to allow us to easily toggle them should any of our oxygen productions give up its functionality because of power issues. And there, I believe that was everything we needed to do here, so we can already go ahead and close this off. Now, this is gonna cause some debris, so let's actually get this first. Wait, I need to get in there for a brief moment, otherwise we cannot build this wire. Finally, the battery settings, 95 to 80%. Okay, jeez. And with that, I believe we have set up everything, right? Good, with the first set here completed, I believe we can turn on the switch and start pumping things out. Some of the oxygen should move up. Of course, I cannot build this. It's out of reach, isn't it? I guess let's deconstruct this anyways. I wonder, could I build the wallpaper behind? It's too risky. If they actually deconstruct the tiles, I'm screwed. So we just gotta make sure we can at least build this little pipe here, and then we will be able to provide oxygen to all the levels. At least on the right side. For a brief moment, we need to reverse these sensors though, so they actually turn on. Oh, wait, it actually worked. I totally forgot about that. This tile here is also full, and so we already achieved a vacuum. This is so much easier than I thought. So now I can already immediately activate the system. I just need to get rid of this oxygen here. Yes, that's right. That's what I'm talking about. Wonderful. So all we have to do now is provide water to this level. My water is all the way over here at the moment. Yeah, that's actually interesting. Let's maybe do this later in the build. We don't have to do it right now since we already have this other route, right? We have the water right there and all we have to do is grab it. So my suggestion would be to go from here at the moment and then bring the water into the contraption. I left this piece of ladder in there. I think I want to get this out of there. Yeah. Oh dear. Come on, Gene. Gene? What? I'm still in trauma because of Gene. I'm now doing the same thing with the oxygen on the left side of the base. We just want to make sure this here isn't connected. Hop over here with a bridge. That means removing each airflow tile here on every level and then instead adding a gas vent. Unfortunately, the gas vents are unreachable this way, so we'll have to remove an additional tile. You know, it also just occurred to me I could do this instead of whatever the heck I'm doing. Man, sometimes I'm just thinking way too far. And we now actually achieved a vacuum here, so we can get rid of this pump we set up temporarily. In terms of wallpaper, we're actually gonna go with obsidian drywall right here with the volcano. And I want to cover the entire volcano, though this part here is going to be a temp shift plate. But I kind of want to observe this. Yeah, look at that. It's actually a dig errand. So we do not want to do those, but I'm going to do the rest of the drywall as a little reminder of my intentions. I disabled the power transformer here. I wonder, could we do this automatically? Yeah, we probably should enable it right here together with this. No, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, we are just gonna do it manually. Usually it only fails if I do something wrong, otherwise in the base. So now I'm just waiting for the water to actually income, which it does. Nice. Hopefully that's gonna work out. Electrolyzer is doing its thing. We are getting hydrogen here. That is good. And we are waiting for enough hydrogen right initially. But as soon as we have reached the 500, we should be getting, yeah, that juicy hydrogen in the joint. And now it's gonna accumulate here, a couple of pipes, and then the rest is gonna be spilled out into the world, which is not what I want to do. That was just for the oxygen. I want to collect it somewhere and then also use it up in order to produce power for our base. But there we go. We got the finalized oxygen system here. I'm just gonna need to duplicate this 2 more times. One is gonna be dedicated to fill up the Atmo suits, and then another one is just gonna be a support for if we don't produce enough in this space, and then it's also gonna be to ship over to other planetoids or to produce oxalite. But once I got this copied over, then I think we can take apart the rest of this thing. Yeah, that's gonna be good. So just give me a couple of minutes or maybe a few cycles to actually accomplish this. Alrighty, we are actually almost done. I got the first two running and we are about to finish the last one. I also installed 2 gas reservoirs in which I want to keep my hydrogen. So right now each system is gonna feed the hydrogen generator first, give it a couple of backup pipes before it runs out of the system, and this is where we actually want to probably go down. Looking at this, we could also have routed the hydrogen out the other side. Maybe it's worth doing that. And then we just have to make sure we actually join together with a bridge, so it flows into the right direction. No, actually it could flow into the wrong direction this way. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it. This is actually a fix that we can still apply later on. Now, let me not build that out of ceramic. This can be a cheaper material. Let's do igneous rock. And we want to go all the way down into our gas reservoirs, fill them up. Afterwards, I would suggest we're gonna lead them into a bunch of hydrogen generators. And we also hook up everything to a smart battery there. We just go ahead and encase this, give this a mechanized airlock. Actually, the mechanized airlock is not really necessary. Hook up the smart battery to the generators, and this way we're not going to be wasting any of the hydrogen, but we're actually going to make use of it. There we go. The third contraption is closed off. We just have to make sure we also empty out this guy. So let's do our little fix here and make sure we can quickly get rid of the oxygen in the hydrogen section. I also had to change the hydrogen loop here once again so I could go straight down here. So now the sensor is on top of the machine, and you can see how I solved it with the bridge. So it's not that dramatic of a change, but it allowed me to route this oxygen pipe straight up. So what is happening now, the top portion is going all the way around the base into various gas vents in order to distribute the oxygen inside the base. And then we have the second contraption here that goes directly into the atmosuit docks. The third oxygen production here we can utilize for whatever needs we have. Right now I just routed it upstairs to potentially support our current production. Okay, looks like we're ready here to pump out the room. Let's enable the switch here, get things going. Switch the sensor, there we go. And as soon as we achieve a vacuum here, we can enable the system. Wonderful, easy as that. We're gonna swap the sensor again, and let's see, we just have to connect the pipe here to get the water inside. And with that out of the way, we should also fix the system here. Wonderful. There's actually one bridge I forgot to place here. Also, I've been calling this a minor volcano. It is actually a volcano. That changes things a little bit, but I have a backup plan. I intentionally left enough space so we can theoretically move these aqua tuner things a little bit up, and we can make a little funnel in order to move the magma over and then deal with it on the left side. But I still want to test out both scenarios just in case we can have an easy go at it. In terms of automation, I would like to fill up the reservoirs first before these two guys activate. This sends a green signal when the reservoir is less than low threshold. So technically I'm gonna need an AND gate here to make this work. We can have that right here. Set up a signal like so, cut those guys, and then we send a signal from either of these guys. So they have to be full, and the battery has to be low enough for the hydrogen generators to even activate. Hang on, it's the other way around. They send a red signal when the reservoir is full. So we rather want to send this through a NOT gate first. Let's reroute this quickly. So it goes into the NOT gate and then over into the AND gate. Now that we know what we're going for, let me redo this properly. It's a little bit of a mess. AND gate, NOT gate. Oh yeah, that's much better. Automation wire here and there, and these guys go into the generators. The battery I'm gonna set to 95% and 90%. So as soon as we have some spare hydrogen, more than the two reservoirs can hold, then we're gonna burn the excess hydrogen in order to generate some more power, support our current system. Alright, I'm actually pretty happy with having this finally set up. Now we can take the old system apart. It is still working, however, we do not need it anymore. We now have dedicated systems for whatever we need. We can also use this loop here, for instance, in order to fill up the rocket. So probably this guy here can go in the end as well. But with that out of the way, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed today's episode. Have a great time and see you in the next one. Bye bye.